want to talk.
He said you're nice, but he doesn't want to talk to you, right? I'm sorry.
I'm used to that from females. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Hold your son accountable. You can't make life too easy for him. It was your cover.
Happy wife, you have a happy life.
That when the guy on the window gave me those papers, I didn't know that.
Air that just in case my husband is watching.
This is like what we're using our money for, is to ticket me, and I never ever speed anywhere. But so that's.
Will a weak explanation and a cute baby be enough to sway Judge Caprio? Lynn Frank is in court with her husband and her daughter. Her husband believes he's in court to support his wife, but, well, he's there to support her by paying for whatever she's charged. I hope he knows that.
What is the little girl's name?
Sydney, she's 4.5.
Yeah? Hi.
Saying hello?
You think you can get her up here to talk to me?
You want to go up to talk to the judge?
You want to talk to him?
No.
No, not yet.
She's just going to hug her daddy. She don't want anything to do with the judge.
She has a red light violation. She explained that she was going to an Asian grocery store up the street to get some groceries, and as she turned out, she made a run for it, but it turned yellow. She thought she could make it, but unfortunately the light beat her to it. She also stated that it was 4:30 p.m. and she hadn't seen her daughter all day, so she really wanted to be home as soon as she could.
Got groceries, I was about to make dinner, so it was just, a judgment call.
Everything you said incriminated yourself. I made a run for it.
She didn't leave out anything, but I guess it makes the case easier to judge. Most courts wouldn't accept being guilty with an explanation, but Judge Frank doesn't do that. As a compassionate judge, he gives people the opportunity to express themselves. In her case, it's not the guilty with an explanation plea, it's more like the I made a run for it plea.
I made it safely, though.
Oh, I made a run for it. I made it safely. In other words, you didn't hit any pedestrians.
No.
All right, your first violation. I thought you made an attempt to stop, actually. I saw the lights go on briefly.
Considering it was her first violation and the fact that she made an attempt to stop, Judge Frank stated that he was going to give her a break. Good thing she brought her child to court. It seemed like that was a plus for her. In back-to-back cases, Judge Caprio lectures parents who he thinks are enabling their children. Miss Rosanna has 2 different registrations. On her Nissan, she has 2 parking tickets, a red light, and a speeding ticket.
Red light violations on Westminster and Manton.
Can we see the video, please?
Oh, yeah, I'll let you see the video. Okay.
Thank you.
Here's the sign. The light is red. Is that your vehicle?
She told the court that on that day, her daughter was the one driving. Judge Frank asked her how old her daughter was. She told him she was 19, and he further asked if she'd asked her about it. She responded saying she did, and apparently she'd asked her through text, and her daughter replied back with WTH. Now that's a very disrespectful word to say to your mother.
I do not know what that means. I have to look in the Urban Dictionary to understand.
What does WTH mean?
What the heck, but I think it could mean, the H could stand for something else.
Is there anybody named Harry? I mean, does it mean we'll tell Harry?
Surprisingly, Judge Frank knew what it meant, and when he told her, she couldn't believe it. I guess somebody is in trouble. He asked if her daughter worked. She explained that she doesn't work as she goes to college. She's 19 years old in her junior year in college, and she also has a 2-year-old child.
For the ticket on Westminster and Manton, your daughter's, it's going to cost you $85. Your ticket's going to cost you $35, so it's going to cost you a total of $120.
Thank you so much.
Before she left, he told her she was a lucky woman and she did a great job, if these were the only issues she had with her daughter. Mr. Franklin has 2 red lights and 1 speeding ticket. He told the court that he wasn't the one driving, but his son was. His son is 26 years old. Judge Frank asked where his son was, and what he said wasn't what I was expecting. He stated that his son was sleeping. What grown-up leaves his father to come to court to deal with an issue that was clearly his to deal with?
Then when I left home.
Now we know why he goes through red lights, because he says, I don't have to worry. His father's in court. His father's in court. He's sleeping. I have 5 children, so I know when you have kids, right? But I can tell you something. If my kid was driving a car, he'd be in court, not me.
He asserted that he wasn't even aware that his son had a red light violation. Now that's making it even worse. Parents need to learn how to make their children take responsibility for their own mistakes. It appears that his son doesn't even know he's in court because he didn't tell him when he was leaving the house. It's understandable that he wants to shield him, but if you ask me, it really isn't the right thing to do.
I'm from Nigeria.
Yeah, and how long have you been here?
I've been here 40 years.
So your son was born here?
Yes.
All right.
If you're also wondering why he's so protective of his son, we're on the same page, because I'm really curious to know. He really needs to do better. He's protecting his son too much. I mean, that man isn't even a child. A 26-year-old should be able to clean up whatever mess they create.
$85. I'm going to charge you $85 instead of $270.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're a good man. You're a good man. I want to congratulate you on how you've turned your life around in this country, and you're going to give this other guy a little shake.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good.
A father and daughter come to court and he can't wait to see her red light violations. She has 2 red light violations and 2 parking tickets.
What do you want to tell me about the parking tickets?
I forgot.
You forgot to pay them. Oh, she forgot.
I know.
She forgot to ask you for the money.
Yeah, no, she can pay them, but
Oh, she's got money.
not really.
She insisted that she forgot. Why remember a parking ticket, right? It's really not that important. She also has 2 red light violations and the footage was shown to her. The first one was on Pleasant Valley Parkway and Valley Street, and it was at 7:30 at night.
Green, yellow, red, and that's your vehicle going through it. And the second is on Branch Avenue in Charles.
There was a sign that stated no turn on red, but she clearly made a right-hand turn just when the light changed from yellow to red. According to her, from what she remembered, they'd just put up the lights. Well, that's not all. There's more, as that was just for 1 registration. The second registration is not a Jeep, but a Toyota.
Drives the Toyota. You, okay. There's an overtime parking ticket
I never remember that.
on North Main Street. Well, it was just, it was 2 weeks ago. That car's registered to you.
He stated that his wife also drives the car. He's got a daughter and a wife. One gets parking tickets and the other goes through red lights. He's obviously going through a lot. He has a Nissan, too, and there's a red light violation on the Nissan. He immediately told the court that that was his wife. The red light violation was on Westminster and Mann. Inspector Quinn mentioned that it was a good thing he wasn't in the car. I wonder how terrible that must have been.
Watch this. Good thing you wasn't in it.
Oh, that was Rush was going to work. You're not the only one.
That was the trifecta. She almost hit 3 cars. Inspector Quinn, one thing for sure. She'd pass it.
One thing for sure. I've never hit a
She'd definitely passed the obstacle course under the driving test. That was some very dangerous but good swerving. Judge Frank stated that the red light was going to cost $85. Although he already testified earlier that his daughter had her own money, being a considerate father, he's going to help her pay.
A good dad.
Yeah.
It's going to cost you $230 total.
Yeah.
You going to help your dad pay for this?
Yeah.
When you
Judge Frank reminded him to tell his wife when he gets home how proud of her he is because he saw the video and he knows she's a good driver for being able to avoid 3 cars and at the same time going through a red light at a busy intersection. That's a bunch of talents. It's one thing to have a daughter that breaks the law, but now having both a wife and a daughter, that's something. Will a courtroom disagreement cost a quarrelling couple? Miss Roberts was charged with parking on the sidewalks.
photograph?
This is my boyfriend.
Wait. Your boyfriend's a very excitable guy. We're going to give you your own mic. Get over.
He explained the car was in the driveway, but she and the guy on the 3rd floor have always had problems, and he was always calling the cops because, according to him, he can't get out of his driveway. That particular day, he got out. Instead of him knocking on her door to politely ask her to move her car, he called the police.
The police came and says, well, the car is parked partially on the sidewalk, so they gave him a ticket. Is that it?
They gave me a ticket, yes.
So now you have just convicted yourself. The car was parked on the sidewalk, right?
No, my car wasn't parked on the sidewalk.
Oh, it wasn't parked on the sidewalk.
No, but
it was parked in the driveway.
Yes.
Judge Frank asked if any portion of her car was parked on the sidewalk. She said no, but her boyfriend wasn't having the back and forth anymore. He contradicted her and stated that it was. Looks like they didn't have this discussion before coming to court. He has some explaining to do when they get home. The judge asked if there was a way to make an accommodation with the guy or just speak to him. They stated that they've been trying for 2 years, but nothing ever changes.
So many times for the same thing.
Oh, yeah?
With this same guy.
How many times have I given you a break?
Every time.
Every time? Oh, you're running.
I mean, the same guy, man. It's the same
She's
thing.
looking at you like,
it's the
will
same
somebody
thing.
shut him up.
Yeah,
please.
it's the same thing. I mean,
look at her. So you
Well, they've had enough breaks. They won't be getting a break this time. Judge Frank asserted that it's going to cost them $20. A motorist with 93 tickets worries her unknowing husband will see her case. Miss Nicole has a parking ticket on Charles Field Street.
Paid it for you.
No, that's disappointing.
Get close to the mic, please.
This is the third time for the same spot. These are older pictures, but they're the same pictures I bring each time.
She explained that there were no signs except for a shuttle sign, which has since been removed. She works in the city and she's had parking tickets in the past, and according to her, she recently paid 2 other ones. She believes she had, on average, 3 tickets a week. That's a lot of tickets in just 1 week.
So far, Inspector Quinn,
Yes, Judge.
Nicole has paid 93 parking tickets. Inspector Quinn is eternally indebted to you because you are supporting his pension.
She confidently mentioned that she'd pay what's hers, but in this case there was no sign on Charles Field. The judge asked Inspector Quinn if there was a sign. He affirmed that she had a full length of the sidewalks and there were no signs. Judge Frank commended her, saying she had a great attitude.
If your husband is watching, I'm going to tell him that you have earned frequent flyer mileage. So you get frequent flyer credit down here.
He came to the conclusion that since she paid for 93 tickets, she would also have paid for this. But then she told herself that she'd finally gotten a ticket that she didn't deserve, so she was going to fight it, and fortunately for her, she won.
The photographic evidence, the matter will be dismissed.
Thank you.
Okay, what is your husband's name?
William.
Billy. His name Billy?
Yes.
Billy. She's a good person. Right. Don't be too harsh with her. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Miss Nicole deserves an award because I'm sure she's past the parking ticket century mark. How can the world's slowest driver get a speeding ticket? Miss Ryan was charged with a school zone violation on Branch Avenue. She was charged with doing 33.
I was on my way home to North Providence, and I was kind of in a hurry because my son's car was stuck in the driveway, so I had to give him a ride. But I have to just say that I have to be the slowest car.
She told the court that when her boys heard that the city of Providence gave her a speeding ticket, they were both hysterical because they've always told her since they were little that she was going to get a ticket for being too slow. She further stated that she even goes slow on 95, so she was quite surprised that she was being ticketed.
Even though I used to go that way to get up to North Providence, I just avoid Branch Avenue now. I just don't use that street anymore. Because clearly, if I was going 33, there were no cars around me, there were no kids around me.
Well, I guess she has now experienced the thrill of speeding. It's quite understandable, though. Judge Frank asked Rhonda, who is a deputy court administrator in the family court, what she thought. Rhonda believes she should be let off considering it was her first offence.
It's a woman thing here. I can see this. I can see what's going on, right? Okay. Well, I asked for it. Once I ask for advice, I have to take it. So Rhonda thinks we should help you out.
Thank you. So.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, if she didn't have the money, would you pay for it?
No.
I wasn't expecting her to either, but that was so generous of Rhonda. All thanks to Rhonda, the case was dismissed.